Age is not a death sentence. The back 9 of your life can be some of the most productive years you will ever have. I am a living testimony of that. Now, I know a lot of us musicians and creatives out there, we had a lot of years of misspent youth. And what do they say? Youth is wasted on the young. And now I know exactly what they meant by that. I spent a lot of my young years chasing dreams, foolish people, foolish things, not focused on the straight ahead, not focused on things that really mattered. And now that I've come to the realization of this, now that I realize of my ways, the error of my ways, as they say, now I am on the back 9 and I'm furiously striving to make something of my life. Now, being in the music business for 40 years, 30 or 40 years, it just depends on when you want to say I started. Man, there's not a lot of retirement. There is not a lot of things that we can lean on in our old age. So I am focused very much in trying to make something of myself late in life. And you know what? In some ways, I feel that this is great motivation. Yes, I could be retired and sipping a latte, on an island somewhere, maybe if I had taken or chosen a different career. But frankly, I like working. I like hard work. I like having a reason to get up in the morning, and that is the reality of who I am as a person. That's who I was raised by. My mother was somebody that just worked and worked and worked. We didn't take vacations. She didn't take days off. She worked 7 days a week, and we lived where she worked. So if something needed done at all hours of the night, we were there to do it. That is the reality. But you know what? I'm realizing late in life that I'm just like her. I want to work 7 days a week. I want to have a reason to get up. And now that I've found, what I'm doing now, being here on YouTube, I don't mind working at it every single day. And I want this to be inspiring for those of you who might be wanting to start a YouTube channel or might be deciding to continue writing and playing music. Every day I read the comments that come in on this channel. And frankly, I am absolutely inspired. I'm hearing stories very similar to mine. I'm hearing people who say, I'm literally like telling their life story. It's kind of like that song, what is that song by the Fugees remade it, but I believe it was a Roberta Flack song. Let me know in the comments. But, it's like singing my life with his songs. I think we all have a shared experience. And if I can impart some wisdom of where I've seen the light and how I'm treating this back nine of life, I'm highly motivated. I'm clear-eyed. I'm clear of thought. I'm clear of mind. I'm clear of the distractions. Because, man, I think about my 20s, man. I had all that energy, all that talent. I still had my good looks back then. But it was wasted. That was so much time that was sleeping off, whatever I had drank the night before, or chasing the wrong people, or chasing the wrong relationships, or just wasting time, not working with the right people, being afraid to go for it. I'm no longer afraid to go for it. I'm no longer afraid to ask, reach out to friends, reach out to people in the music business, interviewing people on my channel, not afraid to have these conversations, not afraid to attack difficult subjects, not afraid of success. Perhaps what we were afraid of in our youth, and why our path was such a twisted path with no clear direction forward, is maybe we were afraid of success. Why would you be afraid of success? Well, success comes with a lot of responsibility. And let's face it, when we were young and wild, and I was pretty wild for a long time, you don't have to think about things. You just go about life and do whatever happens and hope for the best. And somehow I managed to always pay my rent, always pay my bills. Yeah, in the early days, occasionally a phone would get turned off. I've had power turned off on me, in the past, and I try to keep up with all that stuff now, and I don't have those problems. But, the more success you have, the more responsibility you have, and perhaps that's why, we just wanted to live our lives and have a good time, right? That's what we thought when we were young. And now I realize a good time is getting to bed at a reasonable hour, trying to take care of myself, trying to get some exercise each day, taking care of my family, and having an outlet for my creative juices. This channel on my YouTube is my new focus. And I would encourage everybody that is creative, a musician, to, hey, start a YouTube channel. Write an album of music, put out an album, do things that you've always wanted to do, because we are in the back nine of life. And that is a time, and I've seen this. Let me know in the comments if there's anybody that's knows more about this subject, but I have seen a lot of people say that this is the most productive time of your life. But don't let your feelings of self-doubt, don't let your old habits creep up on you and deny what is your right. Your right now to be creative, to be successful, to have goals, set goals, and make those goals happen, man. I'm so inspired by everybody that leaves comments on this channel. And man, I know there's guys way older than me that are still out playing gigs. They're still writing songs. They're still getting up every day and playing guitar or bass or drums. And it's just absolutely inspiring to hear these stories. The reality is, man, we are in the prime of our life if you want to count it as productivity. Now, I know some of you out there may have, issues that are holding you back. And I encourage you to work through those issues. Try and heal your body. Try and heal your mind. If you're dealing with past abuse of your body, learn as much as you can about supplements and ways that you can heal your body and mind through proper sleep and peace of mind. Because even if all you can do is hold a pen and a piece of paper, you can create, you can write, you can set goals for yourself, and you can make things happen. We are getting older. We are more mature, most of us, and we can strive and create great things. Age is not a death sentence. We are in the prime of our lives if you consider productivity. And I am creating and doing more and playing more now than really I kind of did in my 20s. When in my 20s, I didn't have to practice. Once I had learned what I wanted to learn and built my chops up, in my teenage years, once I got to my mid-20s, man, I was just coasting. I was just using what I'd learned. I just learned using what I knew. And, I took things for granted. I took time for granted. Well, if you're in the back nine of life, you know that time is our greatest asset. And the time is now to seize the moment, to find your glory, to enjoy the small victories. The small victories and the small awards are some of the biggest ones, because we've come this far. We've worked this hard, and now we are here now. And man, it can be so rewarding to have things happen, to make things happen late in life, because we know how hard life is. We know how hard we've struggled. We know that we take nothing for granted. And man, you know what? I encourage everybody that watches this channel to step it up, man. Keep your foot on the gas, keep your hands on the wheel, and keep pushing, keep moving forward. You can achieve great things late in life. You can write that book. You can write that song. You can write an entire album. You can start a YouTube channel. You can begin to paint. You can do all kinds of things that you never thought you could do, or you mentally held yourself back from doing because you were distracted in your youth. Look, we were all distracted. We all had all kinds of options at every turn, whether it was relationships or party supplies or whatever your distraction was in life. Some of us had all of the distractions, but the reality is this: now is the time of action. Now is the time of movement. Now is the time for success. Now is the moment in time where you can do it. I want you to be successful, and I want you to realize that this is a call to action. This is your time to succeed. You've learned so much through your life. And know this: age is not a death sentence. The call to action is now.